All right, Middle-Aged White Guy Reacts is back again today with another video. This time we have an artist that we have not seen for some time on this channel. Um, but this is a man who really enjoys remaking songs that nobody in their right mind would ever remake because they're classics and perfect in their original forms. I'm talking about Dax. Now, he's done a couple of Tupac remakes, which one of them we reacted to on this channel. And I see that he just dropped a Forgot About Dre remake. Like, who do you think you are, Dax? I mean, that's what I want to know. Why do you think you can remake these songs? All right. So the Tupac one, he actually did a phenomenal job on. Okay, so even though I'm knocking the guy, it was actually a really good remake. Was it as good as the original? No. I mean, it was Tupac, so it wasn't as good as the original. But if there was a second best, that was definitely it. But yeah, he's very ballsy with his remakes, as ballsy like Arnold Schwarzenegger and his cigars. Okay, and if you don't know that, then you need to go on the internet and type in Arnold Schwarzenegger ballsy cigars, and you'll find out. So, but yeah, he remakes songs that he has no business. Like the bar is so high on these songs, on Tupac's and on Dre's and stuff like that, that nobody in their right mind remakes them because there's nothing to gain from a good remake. There's just a lot to lose, because even if it's a fantastic remake, but it's not quite in the ballpark with the original, you're going to get knocked. You're going to get knocked hard because the originals were so good. So this is a ballsy move by him. So let's see how Dax can do with a Forgot About Dre remake. You know, and I was skeptical when he was doing Tupac, and the man shut me up. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt on this one. Let's get into it, though. Come on, Dax. What do you got? Mediocrity is a result of complacency. Some would agree, somewhat disagree, my friend. I am mediocre at getting stuff off of high shelves because I'm short. I wanted to be tall, and it wasn't due to complacency. I didn't just say, I'm going to stop growing. I don't feel like it anymore. No, it's my body just stopped growing at some point. So, all right, that's enough of the dad jokes for the day. Let's get into it. Nope. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, sorry about that.
How you acting like you never even heard of me? When every beat I touch, I'm doing surgery. I can rap for eternity. Niggas gotta refer to me. Built it up independent, was never part of a nursery.
Oh, okay, Dax, hold on.
How you acting like you never even heard of me? When every beat I touch, I'm doing surgery. I can rap for eternity. Niggas gotta refer to me. Built it up independent, was never part of a nursery.
How you gonna act like you never heard of him when every song he sings, it's like doing surgery, or whatever he said? He did it independently, wasn't brought up in a nursery, or something along those lines. Basically, he's saying, you act like you don't know him, but he's surgical with this rap game. Okay, it's like he's doing surgery every time he's on the mic. He did it independent. He wasn't brought up in a nursery, so he wasn't like there's no major record label who found him as a young rapper and chewed up the food and then baby birded it into this young rapper's mouth and slowly nursed him along in this rap game, and then got him to a point where they let him off on his own. No, he wasn't brought along by anyone. He's saying, I did this by myself. I broke into this by myself. I wasn't raised. I wasn't, I had nobody, like, Jesus Christ, what the hell am I trying to say? No one helping him. No one is helping him. Let's just leave it at that, for crying out loud. Let's go.
Every beat I touch, I'm doing surgery. I can rap for eternity. Niggas gotta refer to me. Built it up independent, was never part of a nursery. And every time I ever met some adversity, I was never one to run, and I currently had it occur to me that every single bit of deterrency is the reason that I'm able to murder beats. I'm not
Yeah, Dax. Every single bit of deterrency is the reason he can murder beats, or whatever he said there. Basically saying, hold on, let me hear it one more time.
He built it up independent, was never part of a nursery. And every time I ever met some adversity, I was never one to run, and I currently had it occur to me that every single bit of deterrency is the reason that I'm able to murder beats. I'm not.
All right, so he was never one to run from adversity. Every bit of deterrency is the reason he can murder beats, essentially. Okay, so when it got hard, he didn't stop. Okay, he never stopped. Just because it got hard, he faced some adversity. And all the deterrents that people were throwing in his face or in his way, saying, hey, Dax, man, you can't do this like that, and you don't have the skill, you don't, every roadblock put in front of him, it didn't matter. He didn't recognize that.
Was never one to run, and I currently had it occur to me that every single bit of deterrency is the reason that I'm able to murder beats.
And his will to keep going and to get rid of these roadblocks is why he can murder beats. Okay, he's saying everything that you've done to this point, everything I've went through to this point is the reason I'm as good at this as I am, because I had to be. Because, like he said, he wasn't a part of a nursery. He wasn't being brought along by a record label.
Even in the category with niggas you place me with, my beat cuts give your face a lift. I see niggas clicking up to erase the kid, just so they could try to go and copy paste the shit. I remember days back in the basement, they try to box me in, I got to shake the shit. Now I race every track, every.
He's down in the basement, they're trying to box him in, now he's got a shape to shift. Okay, so he's saying they wanted to box him in, they wanted him to be a specific type of rapper. He's like, man, but I got a shape to shift. Okay, I'm not this. This is not just what I am. I could do this, but I could do this, and I could do this. He's saying I'm versatile. All right, I could shape shift to fit whatever mold I need to for whatever purpose I need to, as far as the rap game is concerned here.
I remember days back in the basement, they tried to box me in, I got to shake the shit. Now I race every track, every bass I hit. Flash drums so fast that I lace my kicks. I remember in those days, rapping white ear, rhyming and OJ. Couldn't even afford me a gold chain. I was in no way ready to go play. Then I found Dax and I made him my code name. Now everybody's speaking on me.
All right, so hey, he's eating ramen and OJ and couldn't even afford him a gold chain, right? So I mean, he's been through the struggle. He's been a starving artist, okay, doing the whole ramen. Gotta love that, man. We've all been there, Dax. We've all done the ramen, man.
I was in no way ready to go play. Then I found Dax and I made him my code name. Now everybody's speaking on me. They want to throw shade. I don't got time chit-chatting with no names. I'm in my own lane.
So everybody wants to throw shade. He don't have time to chit-chat with no names. Saying now that he's a little bit bigger, now you have all these lesser-known rappers trying to clout chase, try to ride his coattails, right? And he's like, I don't have no time for chit-chat with a no-name. Okay, so he's not even going to acknowledge your presence.
My code name. Now everybody's speaking on me, they want to throw shade. I don't got time chit-chatting with no names. I'm in my own lane, looking out both ways. Try to swerve in, I'ma hit you with road rage.
Oh, he's in his own lane, checking out both ways. How did he say that? Something about road rage. Hold on.
I'm in my own lane, looking out both ways. Try to swerve in, I'ma hit you with road rage.
Yeah. Try to swerve in, he's going to hit you with road rage. So he's like, look, I am here. I am in my lane. I am barreling down the highway, doing my thing. Okay, I finally found my lane and I'm going. Okay, I'm cruising. I got the pedal down. I got the cruise control set. He's looking out both ways, though. He's keeping an eye on things. And if you swerve into his lane, all right, try to cut him off, slow him down, try to copy him, whatever, however you want to take that. Okay, you're swerving into his lane. Now he's going to hit you with the road rage. Okay, so leave this man alone in his own lane and let him do his thing. Okay, because he's, like I said, the cruise control set. He's not slowing down for your ass. Let's go, Dax.
No names. I'm in my own lane, looking out both ways. Try to swerve in, I'ma hit you with road rage. Y'all know me, the most underrated, the most hated. The one hip hop tries to say is not shit like it's constipated.
The most hated. Hold on.
Y'all know me, the most underrated, the most hated. The one hip hop tries to say is not shit like it's constipated.
The one that hip-hop tries to say is not shit like it's constipated. Okay, that's a nice visual, Dax. I like it.
Y'all know me, the most underrated, the most hated. The one hip-hop tries to say is not shit like it's constipated. Kill beats is the occupation.
Ooh, killing beats is the occupation. All right. Self-explanatory.
Hated, the one hip-hop tries to say is not shit like it's constipated. Kill beats is the occupation. So every single time I get a shot, I take it. Aim and face it one way straight at the matrix.
Every time he gets a shot, he takes it. Say, keep your eyes out for your opportunities, people. All right. So every time he gets a shot, he's going to take it. And it doesn't mean he's going to hit. All right. But you don't make 100% of the shots that you don't take. So if you don't shoot the ball, it's not going to go in the bucket. If you shoot it, it still might not go in, but it had a chance, right? Take your shots, people.
Is the occupation. So every single time I get a shot, I take it. Aim and face it one way straight at the matrix, independent, back by myself, so Satan locks jaws every time I'm baking. The awful guy, the one that they falsify, the one they cannot try to modify, the one who receives every awkward eye, cause his style isn't one they can multiply.
Ooh, okay, he's spitting, man. He's coming.
Jaws every time I'm baking. The awful guy, the one that they falsify, the one they cannot try to modify, the one who receives every awkward eye, cause his style isn't one they can multiply.
He receives every awkward eye because his style isn't one that they can multiply. See how like they're making little Daxes back here, right? His style isn't one that you can multiply. So he's getting awkward eye from music companies, record labels, other artists, because he's not it's not a profitable what's the template. It's not a profitable template, okay? So like back in the day, there was a period of time where every new artist that came out sounded like Lil Wayne. He was the hottest thing at the time. So everyone that came out sounded like Lil Wayne, and it just saturated the whole market with a bunch of Lil Waynes. And the record companies sold a bunch of albums, they made a bunch of money, because they just mass produced and prepackaged this style. What he's talking about, his messages, the fact that he's independent, his flow, he's saying you can't duplicate it, and it's not profitable anyway. All right, so he's probably making good money for him, but I mean, for a record label, it's chump change, you know? So there's no sense trying to saturate the market with a bunch of Daxes, right? So that's funny. That's funny.
They cannot try to modify the one who receives every awkward eye, cause his style isn't one they can multiply. In a league of my own, I won't compromise the cost of my pieces, the cost of mine to conquer mine. This rap game concubines try to say my soul was a cause of sign. So I stick to myself cause the flow is essential inside of a drought. Depression and pain are effects of the game, but they numb to the sound of a sold out crowd.
Depression and pain is effects of the game, but it numbs to a sold out crowd. However he put that. You're basically saying, hey man, like, you know, there's struggles that come with this. There's pressure, there's pain, depression, there's whatever, you know, what all these things that go along with this. But as soon as you get out there, you know, self-doubt, let's just blanket that with self-doubt. Like that's what he's talking about. But when he gets out there and he sees the sold out crowd, he hears them, it numbs that. Maybe just for a little bit, maybe while he's out there, but it numbs that and it reassures him that, you know, he's doing things.
It's essential inside of a drought. Depression and pain are effects of the game, but they numb to the sound of a sold out crowd. I reach for their hands as they wave in the tide of the praise is enough that I know I could drown in a sea of deceit that in turn is the key to the green that these sheep all rapping about.
Oh, come on, Dax. Okay. Damn, hold on. I mean, like everything in this song is a bar. I've let a few go by, because if I stop every like 4 words, I'm never getting through this. But everything in this is just about a bar so far.
Sold out crowd. I reach for their hands as they wave in the tide of the praise is enough that I know I could drown in a...
Okay, hold on. I want to break this down piece by piece, so I'm not going to remember this whole thing.
The sound of a sold out crowd. I reach for their hands as they wave in the tide of the praise is enough that I know I could drown in a...
He reaches for their hands and the tide of the praise. Hold on.
The sound of a sold out crowd. I reach for their hands as they wave in the tide of the praise is enough that I know I could drown in...
The tide of the praise is enough that he knows he can drown. Okay, that's the important part. He says something else right after this, though. It's going to kind of connect this now. So he's like, hey, I see their hands. I'm reaching out. Their praise, I know I can drown in their praise. I can let it get to me. What's the freaking word? What is the word when you're the opposite of humble? I forget the word. Jesus Christ. I don't know.
See a deceit that in turn is the key to the green that the sheep all rapping about.
The deceit. Hold on. Damn.
This is enough that I know I could drown in a sea of deceit that in turn is the key to the...
He knows he can drown in a sea of deceit.
Green that the sheep all rapping about. This is enough that I know I could drown in a sea of deceit that in turn is the key to the green that the sheep all rapping about.
In a sea of deceit, which is in turn is the key to the green that all these sheep are rapping about. So he's saying, okay, he can let their praise get to him to where, what in the hell is the word I am looking for? When you're just an ass because you think you're like sweet, what is that word? Oh my God, I'm having a brain fart. Whatever it is. So, you know, he can get wrapped up in his own hype. Okay, let's just put it that way. He can get wrapped up in his own hype. And then he could see how that would lead to him being deceitful just to talk about the things and the money that the sheep are rapping about, right? So if he loses himself in this praise and he lets it, you know, make him less of a humble person, because I can't remember the freaking word I'm thinking of, he could fall into that cycle to where he's just lying on a mic saying whatever, pushing whatever narrative so that he can make the money that everyone's rapping about, okay? So he's saying, I could be like everybody else. I could do it. I could see how this hype, these people, the praise from everybody can get you thinking twisted, essentially.
This is enough that I know.
I don't know why that was so hard for me to get out. Like, I still cannot think of the word I'm thinking of, and that upsets me. But whatever, let's just move on from there. That was a hard bar, though.
Drown in a sea of deceit that in turn is the key to the green that the sheep all rapping about. Then I log on and see people tweet that don't nobody bump my shit. The fuck sucking mainstream dick. Last month I did 300K off this bitch.
Oof. This is a him flexing song, man. He's flexing hard here.
Nobody is the key to the green that the sheep all rapping about. Then I log on and see people tweet that don't nobody bump my shit.
And so he logs on and sees that somebody tweeted that nobody bumps his shit. Okay, so he's like, nobody's bumping me because, you know, people are saying that on Twitter. Okay, so the not his fans, apparently. People who don't like him.
The fuck sucking mainstream dick. Last month I did 300K off this bitch.
He said, fuck sucking mainstream dick. He's not going to do it. He's not going to bound to the mainstream because he made 300K last month. He made $300,000 last month. Last month. Not last year. Last month. He made $300,000. That ain't bad, man. That ain't bad. I mean, shit, man. Okay, Dax.
That don't nobody bump my shit. Dumb fuck sucking mainstream dick. Last month I did 300K off this bitch.
Why would he? Why would he suck the mainstream dick if he's making 300 grand a month? I mean, I don't know how much money you need personally, but I could do with that. I can make that work for sure, man.
That don't nobody bump my shit. Dumb fuck sucking mainstream dick. Last month I did 300K off this bitch. Came in the game 22 off rip. Earned every dollar, every cent. The
yes.
Skills I compared to the greats in the biz by the time I was 26.
So he made every dollar and cent. It all came to him since he was independent, and he's saying he's been being compared to greats ever since he was 26. Okay.
Every cent, the craft of the skills I compared to the greats in the biz by the time I was 26. A lyrical misfit, twisted, braggadocious, and gifted in the era.
Oh, lyrical misfit, braggadocious, and gifted. I like that. That's a nice little flow there.
The greats in the biz by the time I was 26. A lyrical misfit, twisted, braggadocious, and gifted in the era full of tricks and gimmicks. So consistent, they hate and
in an era full of tricks and gimmicks. Is that not the truth nowadays? Everything's a trick or a gimmick. It's scammy. Everything's scammy nowadays.
A lyrical misfit, twisted, braggadocious, and gifted in an era full of tricks and gimmicks. So consistent, they hate and ignore the vision and oppose to the euphemism. Fuck statistics, I cut through the noise and difference. My style cannot be mimicked. The energy shift is electric.
His style cannot be mimicked. And I'd have to say, you know, I mean, when he comes like stuff like this, like it's different. It's not super different. It's different enough though that people wouldn't have trained themselves to rap this way, right? Everybody, like, when they're young, picks an artist that they like and they try to sound like that person. No one's trying to sound like Dax.
Fuck statistics, I cut through the noise and difference. My style cannot be mimicked. The energy shift is electric, the voltage in it strikes down and shocks your system. You want to see a lyricist go crazy? Bet money that these
okay, hold on. Let's get a sip of jokes. This is about to get intense here.
And shocks your system. You want to see a lyricist go crazy? Bet money that these fucks won't play me. They tried shaming, destroying my name, and these fuckboys still couldn't break me. You want to know why the whole world hates me? I spit truth and I rhyme off safety, and they know that I just might maybe be the motherfucking goddamn greatest of
Oh, Dax. Okay, let's go back.
You want to see a lyricist go crazy? Bet money that these fucks won't play me. They tried shaming, destroying my name, and these fuckboys still couldn't break me.
All right, they still won't. They won't play him. All right, they tried to shame him.
Bet money that these fucks won't play me. They tried shaming, destroying my name, and these
They tried shaming and destroying his name.
Fuckboy still couldn't break me.
But the fuckboy still couldn't break him. You can talk all the shit you want about this man. You're not gonna break him. He knows what he is. He's making $300,000 a month. You could say whatever you want about me. If you give me $300,000 a month, yeah, you could consider me the biggest POS, no good, nothing at all, anything. Give me 300K. I'm good.
You wanna know why the whole world hates me? I spit truth and I rhyme up safety. And they know that I just might maybe be the motherfucking goddamn greatest.
He talks about truth. He might be the greatest. That's why they hate him.
Truth and I rhyme up safety. And they know that I just might maybe be the motherfucking goddamn greatest. I'm off it. I'ma go get a job in the office. Away from the rap game gossip and back to the times when I'd rap in a closet for marginal profit. I remember.
You gotta get a job in an office. Go back to rapping in a closet where he used to make marginal profits.
Know that I just might maybe be the motherfucking goddamn greatest. I'm off it. I'ma go get a job in the office. Away from the rap game gossip and back to the times when I'd rap in a closet for marginal profit. I remember.
Away from the rap game gossip. Again, that has to be something, although as an independent artist, you'd think it wouldn't be as you wouldn't be dealing with that as much. All you got to do is keep your head down, shut the hell up, put music out. You don't have to interact with anybody. But that's funny.
Office, away from the rap game gossip and back to the times when I'd rap in a closet for marginal profit. I remember the times when I'd have to mop it with empty pockets and no money in my wallet while scooping the poop residue from a bathroom garbage. I remember the days.
Scooping the poop from a bathroom garbage and stuff. And he's talking. I don't know if you guys are aware, and usually he says it in his song somewhere. At least the few I've heard. He used to be a janitor, though. That's what he did. So he's talking about back in the day when he was a janitor, rapping in a closet, trying to make money that way, but still he had to wake up, go to work every morning and scoop poop out of the garbage cans. Hey, it's an honest living, man.
No money in my wallet while scooping the poop residue from a bathroom garbage. I remember the days, remember the blood, remember the pain, remember the knife, remember the fights, remember the liquor and different girls every night with the Mary and White. Getting off work, I remember the bike, the ride to the studio, paying for time, the slash of the vein when the skits.
Paying for studio time, so I mean, he believed in himself. This cost him money to get his dream going. You pay for studio time. I mean, that kind of you're investing and you're betting on yourself at that point. If you're putting up money to try to get your dream, hey, it separates the people who are serious from those who aren't, though, because nobody in their right mind who knows in their heart of hearts that they're not a good rapper is going to pay for studio time.
Getting off work, I remember.
They might for a little bit, but once they realize that's costing them a lot of money and they're not making that investment back, they'll probably stop.
The bike, the ride to the studio, paying for time, the slash of the vein when the skit's so internal, humane tried to eat me and take me alive. Talking to God in the dance with the devil when he promised he would take me to a whole nother level. The cocaine lines and the contact highs on the rides in and out of the goddamn ghetto. The strip was in clubs, throwing the gun.
Saying, basically, he was saying, hey, I basically followed the devil. He told me he can get me things, and, I was doing cocaine and this in the ghetto, and didn't get him anywhere, did it?
Cocaine lines and the contact highs on the rides in and out of the goddamn ghetto. The strip was in clubs, throwing the ones after getting cheated on by a bitch that I loved, and drowning in drinks and throwing it up and doing it again because I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, so, he got hurt by a woman, cheated on, so he's going to the clubs, throwing up dollars, getting drunk, wake up, do it all over again because he didn't care. He did not care at that point. All right, getting deep.
And drowning in drinks and throwing it up and doing it again because I didn't give a fuck. Getting up early, the people who hurt me, curved me, gave time to but didn't deserve me. The generation currently trying to desert me when I'm the best they got that's under 30. The disrespect, the slander, and the indirect effect of shit that they project on my life, which in turn is an introspect of their lives and how they like intellect.
Oh, God, Dax, man. This whole song is a bar.
Early, the people who hurt me, curved me, gave time to but didn't deserve me. The generation
gave time to people who hurt him. They never deserved him, though. So, it wasn't worth their energy. People trying to tear him down. Okay.
Getting up early, the people who hurt me, curved me, gave time to but didn't deserve me. The generation currently trying to desert me when I'm the best they got that's under 30.
This generation currently trying to desert him, but he's the best they got who's under 30. He's like, look, man, fam. Okay, all you youngins out there. What do you say? He's 26? All you young bucks out there. I am your generation. You cannot desert me. I am telling you from this perspective because I am living in your generation. I know what you're going through. Do not desert me. But they want to because he's not coming with the narrative.
I'm too, but didn't didn't deserve me. The generation currently trying to desert me when I'm the best they got that's under 30. The disrespect, the slander, and the indirect effect of shit that they project on my life, which in turn is an introspect of their lives and how they like intellect.
Okay, so I'm not going to be able to remember everything that he just said there, but the gist right there is they slander him. They say all this stuff about him. But really what they're doing is they're projecting their own insecurities and what they feel about themselves onto this man, and they're taking it out on him. They're basically building him up as a straw man of what they themselves are, and then attacking that to make themselves feel better.
Effect of shit that they project on my life, which in turn is an introspect of their lives and how they like intellect. I remember the days, remember the phase. My mind was at war and my thoughts were deranged when the hate would engulf in a flame on my page and the rage would inject deep inside of my veins. If he commented lame, who would shit on my name, put a knife in my back and then smile to my face. I remember the bitch who was making the claims in the day in the court that I proved they were fake. I remember November, December, the meeting and call when I said I would never.
Okay, so a lot just went on there. So he was just talking about like the hate comments and how that stuff used to get to him, and then he slipped right into some woman that made claims against him, and how he proved in court that it wasn't the case.
The lame who would shit on my name, put a knife in my back and then smile to my face. I remember the bitch who was making the claims in the day in the court that I proved they were fake. I remember November, December, the meeting and call when I said I would never push an agenda, ever surrender and fake or pretend for a corporate America.
Said he would never. There you go, Dax. He'd never push an agenda for corporate America, basically. So he made a promise to himself a while ago that he would not be a tool used by corporate America to push agendas for anyone. He raps about what he wants to rap about. That's the beauty of an independent artist.
Call when I said I would never push an agenda, ever surrender and fake or pretend for a corporate America. The flash and temper, the show out in Denver, the day that I lost her, the day that I met her, the day that I knew I would live forever, the day that I knew I became a contender. You want to see a lyricist go crazy? Bet money that these fucks won't play me. They tried shaming, destroying my name, and these fuckboys still couldn't break me. You want to know why the whole world hates me? I spit truth and I rhyme off safety, and they know that I just might
rhymes off safety.
The motherfucker goddamn greatest. Nowadays, don't nobody want to rap, everybody want to cap, everybody want to grab gats and flash cash and talk trash when it's Dax, then support the cats that's doing half in the man. Fuck that, Dax, that's proof that the demand for the facts blast past that far in advance. If anything, they try to put it or against, so everything next is straight fucking revenge.
Oh, Dax, hold on.
Nowadays, don't nobody want to rap, everybody want to cap, everybody want to grab gats and flash cash and talk trash when it's Dax, then support the cats that's doing half in the man. Fuck that, Dax, that's...
All right, so nobody wants to rap, everybody wants to grab gats and flash cash. Okay, so you don't want to rap and get into like a little battle rap with them. You're just gonna grab some gats, flash some cash, say whatever, man.
You want to grab
guns, hey, they're gonna solve it with violence and money, okay, instead of just speaking and talking.
Gats and flash cash and talk trash when it's Dax, then support the cats that's doing half in the man. Fuck that, Dax, that's proof that the demand for the facts blast past that far in advance. If anything, they try to put him up or against, so everything next is straight fucking revenge.
Oh, well, hold on.
Cats that's doing half in the man. Fuck that, Dax, that's proof that the demand for the facts blast past that far in advance. If anything, they try to put him up or against, so everything.
All right, so he's saying he's more than half the man that these other rappers are, and he'll do, they put them in his place, or they put them in front of him, and he'll basically have his way with any of the rappers that you try to put against him. All right, essentially is what he's saying. He's using a lot of words here, and it's crazy.
That's proof that the demand for the facts blast past that far in advance. If anything, they try to put him up or against, so everything next is straight fucking revenge.
Man, that's fire. I mean, hey, man, if you're going to remake classic songs like that, that's the way to do it. I'd like that. That's pretty good. Forgot About Dre still better. Okay, it's a classic. It's, nostalgic. It's always going to be number one. That was a solid remake there, though. That'll do it, guys. Dax, Forgot About Dre, reaction, middle-aged white guy is out. Peace.